Hello, my peeps. Good morning. This is Philip from Fire Axe TV. Welcome to another of our training videos this morning. We will be demonstrating the use of some of our auxiliary tools, what they're for, and how they're used. Please like the video and enjoy it. Also share that others will see the contents that we are always producing. Stay tuned. As you can see in the background there, an aircraft ATR 43 just landed right in our training time. Good that we could catch an aircraft in this training. Like, subscribe, and share to @fireaxe_TV.
Everyone.
Morning, sir.
As you all know, we're here training. Today our training will be on auxiliary equipment, followed by Mr. Harvey will be doing the aviation control board. Mr. Harris will be doing the rescue saw. Mr. Higgs doing the thermal imaging camera. Mr. Gunner will be doing the low down ladder. Mr. Sahib will be doing the ATAC. Before we begin, Mr. Paul, do you have anything to address? Hermit, do you have anything to address?
No, sir.
Okay, let's begin then. Go. Alright, good. One class, I'm Kenaro Hobby. Today I'll be teaching you the water.
There's some noise in the background. Waiting for the plane to leave. This is the BA entry control board, breathing apparatus entry control board. It's used to keep tab of firefighters when they have to make an entry into an aircraft or into a building. Later will be demonstrated by firefighter Kenrado Harvey.
Good morning, class. I'm Kenrado Harvey, and today I'll be taking you to the ECO board. If the bell should go, everybody respond to their respective truck and carry out their duties as follows. Okay, so the board, ECO BA entry control board. All right, I got a few notes here on that that I want to read over for y'all. Okay, the board is a vital part of our everyday operation. We use this at an incident to monitor the crew, to record the procedures at the scene. This board is implemented whenever BA is wrong, right? The OIC is responsible for sighting of the entry control point or a well-trained officer. All right, the size of this board is 300 millimeters in width and 850 millimeters in length. It also has a plexiglass on front to protect it from damages. It has 12 slots. 2 is used for emergency team. 2 is used for emergency team. It also has a duration wheel that's used to tally up the time. Right now, duration wheel used to tally up the time. Have different rows and columns and a clock. All right. When using this board, we need the tools such as a China marker, which is right here. China marker, an operational radio. You know, you have to do a radio check to make sure that the radio is operational. Your tabard, which is this right here. It's used for identification on a training ground or on an incident ground. something to erase and clear the board. You know, you always want to keep something to erase and clear the board just in case you make a mistake when you're writing on the board. The tri-stand and the board itself. So you have the tri-stand and the board itself. All right. There are 4 different stages at the scene. Sorry. There are 4 different stages in ECU engine control board procedures. With the first one being rapid deployment, which we use a different board for that. We use the rapid deployment, but there's a procedure formula that we use to calculate the time deducted for rapid deployment. The second stage being stage 1, and the third stage being stage 2, and the fourth stage being main control. Alright, this board is usually on Rescue 2. If it's not on Rescue 2, it's usually on the truck, wherever the truck the ECO rides on. It could be on the incident command truck or Rescue 2. That's where the location of this board is usually is. And when you're at the scene, you want to identify which stage you're in. That's why I mentioned the stages earlier. So you want to signal to the OIC and the team. We're now operating in stage 1, or we're now operating in rapid deployment, or stage 2, or main control. Identify the stages. With writing up this board, I think I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with writing up this board, but you would need a telly to shove in here in the rapid deployment, if it's a rapid deployment happening, or any of the slots. And you would calculate the pressure from the present hour to the next hour, depending on the time. And you would put the entry control point in the stage. All right. You also want to keep your information short and neat. You want it to be legible, easy to read. Easy to read. Y'all need an example how to write it up, or think it's okay. So let me get a couple tellies. Mr. Forbes is already ahead of me. So, not sure if I mentioned this, but visual inspection on the board is important. Every day you come in, you want to do your visual inspection on the board. You want to make sure that the board is not broken. Check the plexiglass around it. This one is not damaged. This is used for training. But you can see, a couple screws missing, tape and stuff like that, all right? So, when you slide the tallies in, you would have to make sure that the tally is written out properly. And you want to make sure that the clock is synchronized with the tower time. The tallies, you want to make sure that they're written out properly. For an example, I'll put case ID here. But use this. Alright, so as soon as they go on the air, that's when you fill in the time and they pass you the tallies. You want to put it in the slots. And then you want to write over it to see it, to make sure that the information stays on the board. This can be erased or anything like that. So you want to write over it to make sure the information stays on the board. So with heading up the board, you want to put the stage, and the entry control. Also want to write the scenario up here. Let's just say upstairs fire hall. One casualty. Unaccounted for. Alright, so the scenario that I'm using here is upstairs fire hall, one casualty unaccounted for, suspected of electrical fire. You're going to be doing a left hand or right hand search. You're going to identify what type of search that the group is going to be doing. So I'll put here left hand search. When your team is supposed to do entry, they'll come to you, you get them to tell you I explained that already. You would brief them, which is the most important part. You want to brief them. Brief them. So let's say Saeed, I brief Saeed and Mr. Harris. Upstairs fire hall, one casualty unaccounted for. Suspected electrical fire, you'll be doing a left hand search. So you'll tally up the time from the duration here, which time is from 9:55. Put it up here to the present hour. 9:55, the present hour. It's gonna go over to the next hour depending on the pressure, which is Saeed at 300. Mr. Harris at 280. So when you're writing this up and then you see the time and you calculate the time, you want to put the lowest time of the lowest pressure, because that's the time that the group will be exiting the risk area. You don't want to put the highest time. If you put the highest time, the person with the lowest time will eventually run out of the air before the person with the highest time. So the exit time would be 10:27 due to Mr. Harris' pressure. Remember, you always have to write the location. As you go, you want to put the time. So make sure when you're briefing them, you write the time that you briefed them, which was 9:55. And you write the briefing exactly how you explain it. Make sure you want them to repeat it back to you. You also want to do a radio check with them to make sure that they have good communication before they enter. Make sure that they're properly dressed. just in case they miss something. You want to look over that. And as they go along, you want to fill out the remarks area. And it's up to different, depending on the different stages. You have how many people that could be in the rest area. Right now it's 6, it used to be 10 for stage 1. And then as it goes on, there's a different increase or different, I guess, depending on the stages. Alright, any questions?
Number one.
Further exposition? Sure.
So after the board is written up, right? After the scene and everything, you could just erase it and everything is okay?
No. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. After the board is written up properly, after that you're not able to erase any of the information off the board unless the OIC confirms that you're able to erase it. And you do also want to take a photo for evidence proof to keep it there to make sure that you have a racket of it. Always keep a racket. This is vital for keeping rackets at the scene and very useful for, in this case you have to go to court or anything like that, you want to cover yourself, right? So this is very important. Any other questions? I cover everything. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. That's the Ajax Rescue Tool used for cutting into area to make force entry. It will be later demonstrated by firefighter Kinsley Said.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Alright, today I will be taking out the Ajax tool. My name is Firefighter Said. I'll show you how to operate it and use the bits of each pressure you use. Before we get started, Velcro, please respond to your trucks responsibly. Now, let's continue. The Ajax tool is a pneumatic tool. It considers 15 bits. It has a working duration of 15 minutes. If you don't know how to use the Ajax, there's instruction and guidelines of the bits and the pressure and how to use it. Now, there's components of the Ajax. You have the primary airline, you have the regulator, you got the gauge, you get your air cylinder, which is 4,500 psi, which equals to 300 psi.
200 bars.
300 bars, I mean, sorry. You have your air hammer. You get your locking mechanism. Get the bearings, which is inside. There's like four bearings, small little bearings. You have your trigger actuator. You have the middle end to lock the chisel in place. You pull back. You put the, let me demonstrate. You pull back. Put it in. And pull forward. Make sure you lock. Give it a little tug. Now, I'm going to talk about the bits. There's different type of bits. Then I'm going to show you how each bit operates on each pressure and which object you use for which work. Now, this is the quick cut. 125. It's used on forcible entry, roof panel, and you can use it on locks, etc. The ripper chisel used on nader pen and reinforced pen. The pressure goes by, to use it is 150 to 160.
What's the name of that one?
Ripper. Ripper chisel.
Okay.
The mold point. The mold point, it regulates on 90 to 125. Now, they use on concrete, chip concrete. You can use it on metals, etc. This here, you have the clay spade. Clay spade is 90 to 100. Used on digging, on gravels, and you could dig away to dirt. Now I'm going to talk about the grooves. Two types of grooves. You have the round ones. The round ones, it spins when you lock it in place. It's like a little ring. And it has, and this next one here, it doesn't have a ring. It just smooth, but it locks the same way. But the difference is, this one lock in place, it doesn't spin. The double bladed panel, 125 to 175. Sorry, I did a mistake. 90 to 125. So double bladed panel. Now, panels, this here cut through thick metal because it has double blade. Look at the Now this could cut through vans, truck. Make your way with thick metals because it's built for it. Now I'm going to show you how it operates. Using the ejection, make sure it's fully active before and
make sure you have your gear on for safety purposes. Safety first. Now, before and after use, we check the Ajax properly, edge by edge. Make sure there's no tears.
I mean the hose.
The hose. Check the primary level. Make sure there's no tears. Hose. Inch by inch. Alright. Take your air hammer. Take your chisel. And when you're operating, make sure safety first. Visors down. Connect the female end to the male end. Give a little tug, pull back. Make sure it's locked. Make sure it's not pointed on room body for safety. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. When you operate it, using it, make sure you don't pull down, pull the trigger, so that you can actuate it. Run it, pull it, because you can cause wheels and tears inside. There. You want to keep pulling the trigger down. Say it again, bro.
Could you repeat that for us, please, sir?
You don't want to keep your finger on the trigger consistently, because it's going to cause damage inside the bearings.
Okay.
So how are we supposed to use it?
For a quick test, you just I can turn it on, just demonstrate.
You don't have to turn it on.
You just press the trigger actuator. Just a short burst. Make sure it vibrates and make sure it works.
So you just want to ensure it's working before you get into the risk area.
If you keep your finger on the finger actuator, it's going to cause damage inside the bearings, tear inside.
Plus, I think you'll also be wasting the air that you need
Yes, sir.
to do the actual job.
Yes, sir.
Good pointing out.
Now, when you bleed in the system, turn the cylinder all the way down and make sure you point it down in the object. So, bleed it up. Turn it on. Fully use it. Turn it off. Fully turn it off. Regulator pressure. If you turn it over the compressor, it will damage the bit, not only the damage the dynamo.
Yeah.
For impact frequency, while you are using the grip, while you are using the area of the grip, while you're going, then try to keep it tight with the grip.
So this is the Little Giant ladder, known as the A ladder. It's a multi-purpose ladder that is used in the fire service. The unique thing about this one, it's a one-man operated ladder. And this morning it will be explained and demonstrated to us by our lone female firefighter, Godlyn Destinor. Morning.
My name is Firefighter Godlyn Destinor, and today I'll be taking you to the A ladder, also known as the Little Giant ladder. Before I proceed with this presentation, I will, if the alarm rings, I will ask you to go to your respected truck safely and quickly. And if there's any equipment that is left, please collect them and carry them on the respected trucks. So today I will begin with naming the parts of the ladder. This is the head, this is the palm lock, the locking hinge, rounds, the string, the heel, and the wheels. The A ladder is designed as one person operation. A wheel is attached at the end of the heel. Well, not the end, but near the end of the heel to reduce the tension and make it easier to carry and maneuver. The ladder is commonly made from lightweight aluminum, which makes it strong, durable, and easy to transport. When positioned in the A form, it is 6 foot 2 inches, and when it's fully extended, it is 22 feet. The Little Giant ladder is a multi-purpose piece of equipment and can be used for the following. It can be used for scaffolding, ladder climbing on uneven surfaces at a 90 degree. It can also be used as a decontamination center and also used as a blockage so you don't get sucked in the engine. And also a stretcher in case anyone comment there's no stretcher available. The ladder can also be adjusted into different positions such as extension ladder, A-frame ladder, staircase ladder, and scaffold support, making it very versatile in operation like I mentioned earlier. Some important safety features include slip-resistant feet and locking hinges, which helps keep the ladder stable and secure while in use. Before using the ladder, you should always check beforehand and after to inspect if there's any damages or defects and to ensure that it's properly secured. Users must also avoid overloading the ladder and always maintain the correct climate angle for safety. In conclusion, the Little Giant ladder is a versatile and reliable piece of equipment that can be used in many firefighters, which is us, and rescue operations. Its adjustable design and portability and multi-functions make it an important tool for safety and efficiency in our field. So I will now demonstrate what I've listed the purpose of this ladder. I also forgot to mention that it uses the transfer bracket because there's an inside ladder, so we can easily remove it to make another form of ladder. by bringing it closer to the oxygen surface.
Godwin. 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 Put it back right where it was.
That's a new Venezuela.
Put it back right where it was. Alright, without doing anything, that's one position. Uneven surface. Is that ladder safe to climb on now? Huh? Yes, it is. So that's one position. Carry on. There you go.
Push the next side over. Push the next side. Push the next side over a little bit. No, hit the leg on for the next side. Push the line up. Hey, love.
No, that's the same thing you just did.
Huh?
That's the same thing you did earlier on. You need to get that 90 degree now.
That's next side.
Good. That's another one. Sabo.
That's it. So you're going 2 now. So what are you doing now? Tell us what you're doing.
Removing it to perform make another A ladder.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sweating.
This is the rescue saw. It's used to make forcible entry into aircraft. Today it will be demonstrated by firefighter Andy Harris.
Alright, so we just gonna do a quick familiarization on the K9 Husqvarna. I'm gonna just go through the parts of it, tell you what to do prior to using it, the different components makes up the saw. All right, so let's go straight into it, right? The purpose of the saw is basically is used to make force entry into the plane, to the fuselage, right? Some of the safety features what we need as firefighters prior to even using that. Outside of our regular equipment, our ear muffins, and then we also we use our shades, our glasses, whatever we use. All right, so that is the safety features. We have more safety features I'm going to go into more depth with. I'm going to tell you. So inspection and testing prior to use. All right, so some simple things that we as firefighters need to know before we use it is to inspect it. So what are we looking for? So before using it, you also want to make sure that the blade is tightened, right? No cracks, no breaks, no segments. Make sure that it is not broken and unbalanced when using this now. So there's types of inspection checks. So you have the daily, we have the weekly, and we have a monthly, right? The difference in the checks can be like for the weekly. Let me go through each now. So let's say for the weekly, you can check on see if the vibration alternator, make sure it's not broken, it's not damaged. You want to make sure that it's properly intact. One of the weekly inspection tool is the cord radio. You want to make sure there's no tears in it, no wears, anything damaged on it. Some of the monthly inspection checks can be like the air filter. Yeah, the air filter. What else? The spark plugs and things like that. Things like that, maintenance would be doing, right? All right. So monthly checks when running it. Monthly checks would be holding the saw downward position, running for 3 minutes, and operate under load in that 3 minutes. That would be the monthly check. All right. Another safety features too. The safety precaution is to check your environment before you use this and operate it. And in case of refueling, you want to move 10 feet from it. You want to move 10 feet from where you're refueling it. Alright, never move the machine while the blade is turning. So there's conditions where you don't want to operate this also too. You don't want to operate it in heavy rain, intense cold, intense fog. And also never start working until the area is clear and have a firm foothold. So some of the specifications of the K9, the K790 are it's a two-stroke air-cooled engine. What is a two-stroke air-cooled engine? A two-stroke air-cooled engine is a type of internal combustion engine that completes a power cycle in two piston strokes, one up and one down. And on the crankshaft using air coolant rather than liquid, okay? Some more of the specifications for the fuel capacity is 1 liter. The max RPM, 4,700 RPM. Cutting depth of it is 5 inches. Fuel mixture ratio is 50 to 1. And the output power is 4.8 kilowatts. The blade diameter itself is 14 inches. Over here, I'm just going to point out some of the parts around it so you have to get a quick familiarization and look at it when using it first. So let's just start with, give me one minute. Alright, so we just want to start with the simplest one. This is the front handle of it right here. Second part right here. This little button on top of it is a deep compression valve. When you want to release it, you want to remove tension off of it. This is where you would engage and click right over here. All right, this is our air filter housing right here. So in the back side of it right here, this is our choke control right here, right? This is when you're using it in the mornings, you want to make sure that it is properly running. This is our choke control right here, over here. This is over here is our stop switch. cuts it off. This right here, this button right here is our air plunge. When you wanna get air out of it and you wanna circulate the fuel in it too, this is where you're gonna plunge it right here too. Alright, over here is our throttle trigger lock out right here. This right here. This itself right here is our throttle trigger. Alright, so some tools also we have on the side here. Anyone want to tell me what is this? You all can remember? T-screw, right? You can use this also too to adjust the speed of it, the idle of it. And we do that also too, straight outside here. Yeah, right alongside here. Alright, so let me go. We have a few other blades here. We have a diamond blade too.
Sorry. So the T-screw is only used for that?
Nope.
What else?
You can use the blade itself.
Just putting that on there. No combination.
The combination screw, but I'm yeah.
To remove the blade.
Yeah, it can also be used to remove the blade. When removing the blade now too, because you want to keep it in the lock position, and then we're going to use a different wrench.
Yeah, you need a screwdriver for
Screwdrive it, pull it in, and then that's how we going to put it in the
slapping it up.
get it out properly.
Yeah. And for the spark plug.
And for the smart plugs too. Alright, some other parts too. This is I'm giving you all the name of it on paper. This is our starter rope handle. This here is our starting housing right here. 16 right here. Alright, that's basically it though. So this is basically familiarization of it. The key points we need to know when using it. Everything else is in depth. Maintenance will be doing. So, 1 second.
This is the thermal imaging camera used to detect heat, human bodies, and help us when we are in search and rescue or firefighting. This morning it will be demonstrated by firefighter D'Angelo Hicks.
Morning, sir.
Pilot D'Angelo Hicks. I'll be taking you to the flare camera today, also known as the tip. Before we do start, there is a response to the barrel goes. Report to your truck as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, and as safely as possible. Alright? So let's begin with the tip. With the tip, this is a very special tool, a very important tool that we have. It comes in handy, it helps us work a lot easier, get the job done a lot quicker. Alright? Now you have different series in this tip. This right here is a K45 series, alright? So it falls under the series K. Okay? So flare we know as forward looking infrared, which is the abbreviation is flare, it's spelled flare. Tip, which is TIC, thermal imaging camera. We also know that. Okay, so I'll go straight into the parts and the accessories. Also, if you are new to this is the very first time, it's very basic, very straightforward. Alright? Also come with a card that you can pick up, you can read. Very straightforward thing, alright? So this is my first time I can come here and pick up this card. And they're numbered 1 to 13, which is all of the instructions and all of the tools that's on this camera. Okay? So we have for number 1, which is one of the modes, the basic mode. Multi-purpose mode for the initial fire attack, life-saving operations, and control of the fire. Alright, that's basic. Black and white is number 2. Firefighting mode, also multi-purpose mode for the initial fire attack, life-saving operations. So from the beginning, you see that basic mode, black and white mode, falls under the same thing. Alright? After that, you have fire mode, which is number 3. Similar to basic mode, but with a higher temperature starting point, with the best colorization. Alright, that's fire mode, that's number 3. Number 4, we have search and rescue, which we know is specifically for looking for people. Alright, looking for casualties. Okay, search and rescue is optimized for maintaining high contrast in the infrared image while searching for people. Okay, number 5, you have heat detection mode, optimized for searching hotspots during overhaul and the fire, and after the fire is out. So once the fire is out, this is the mode that we should go to, heat detection, which we know we can discover if something is under this pool table and I can't see it, we can pick up the heat, which we pointing it at the pool table. Alright, so like I said, it makes the job a lot more easier, a lot more quicker. Alright, we have low sensitivity mode, which is number 6 on this. Each of them have a mark. Alright, so the 5 that I just went over is our five modes. Okay, low sensitivity mode, indicator. I can show you guys on the chart as soon as I can go through it. Number 6 is low sensitivity mode indicator. The indicator is displayed where the camera identifies a hot area and automatically switches to low sensitivity mode. In basic mode, black and white mode, firefighting mode, or fire mode. Alright, so that falls under all modes. Low sensitivity mode indicator. Alright. Number 7, which is another marking on the paper, is an overheating indicator. The indicator provides a visual warning to the user that the thermal imager is about to shut down due to internal overheating. So basically that's saying if you in the fire are a little too long, which and I think the resistance of heat on this is about 5 minutes that you can be in the, basically as close as possible to the fire. So after a while, because it says resistance, it ain't fireproof. Alright, so it only can resist the heat for so long. Which is another point I can get to, which is why it's built this way with this sort of material, but I can get to that in a minute. Okay? So number 8. Changing the color reference indicator symbol. When a new mode is selected, the change in the color temperature reference triangle appears above the reference bar. The triangle remains visual for 1 second. Okay? Another number that I can show you guys, I can pass the card. Number 9 is a reference bar. Number 10, temperature bar. Number 11, photometer temperature. Number 12, battery condition indicator. And the last but not least, number 13 is the photometer, which is very, very important. Okay, I'll get to that when I'm done also. Okay, so you can pass this around so everybody can have a look at it. As I continue to go through it, green button here is our power button. Alright? The plus button here, we use this to switch through our modes. Okay? This right here is the search button. So when you want to look for pictures and stuff like that and go back, you apply the two of them one time, it'll take you into your videos or into the pictures that you took. Okay? We have a trigger in the back that when it's time to take pictures, we can use to snap our pictures, snap our photos. Also the transfer photos, you have something to the top here that you lift up, you can connect to the computer so you can transfer photos. Alright, photos and videos that you can transfer, whether it's to the computer or to a drive or anything like that, alright? Down low to the bottom, you have our battery. Release our battery, flick it out, 2 fingers on the side, pull. Give it a little shake, at times it might be a little tight, but give it a little nudge for it to come up. Alright? We also have spare batteries in the packet. Usually it'll be 1, the pack comes with 2. So you can swap it out, make sure that you have at least, I would say at least 2 bars. Anything below 2 bars automatically charged. For me, if I see 2 bars, I still try to put it on charge and recycle the other battery, which should be full. Okay? So I can go straight into turning it on now. Like I say, power button. Hold it down for a few seconds once it lights up. And you know you're getting power. In the front, you also have your lens, which is a part of where your infrared comes out for you to be able to read heat detection and what's not. Okay? You have your neck strap. Your neck strap also comes with it. You also should have a lanyard over here in case you want to connect it to your waist. So I can go straight into this, and then I also have a few things on my phone that I can show you guys. Just a few things to touch on right quick. Okay? So now, we was talking about the spodometer earlier. We was talking about that, your battery. We talked about that, your battery indicator. This here gives you the temperature of the spodometer, wherever the spodometer is. This here is the temperature. Okay? This here is one of the scales that I pointed on the card. This is number 9. Number 9, which is the reference bar. Okay? Over here in the corner. So like I say, it's very, very straightforward. If you don't understand what it is, you come right back to here. Look at the number, look at the name, you figure it out. Alright? So let's move on. Like I say, once again, if you need to snap a picture of anything, if you're rescuing someone or if you need to move them out of the way, you can snap a picture right quick. The trigger is behind, alright? It could be very sensitive at times, so be careful how you handle it. You don't want to just be snapping pictures by mistake. Alright? So a few things I want to touch on quick that I pulled up. Just to want to backtrack on it. Like I say, it's a K45. It's a high-performance rugged thermal imaging camera designed specifically for firefighters. All right. Now, when you hear the word rugged, we're thinking about what it means, right? Which it means it's either rough, uneven, or strongly built. So when they say strongly built, with this, the material on this, you can see it's some sort of thick rubber. All right. So also with it being having this thick rubber, it have a resistance of if it was to be dropped, it have a certain distance that it can drop where it resists being damaged. All right. So let me go through them right quick. Also, this is a 4-inch display screen that you will be using to have your display on. Okay. So the image enhancement. This have an image enhancement on it. Flexible scene and image enhancement intensifies structural, edge, and textual details in real life time, drastically improving situational awareness. So meaning, structural means that, like this building, it brings it out a lot clearer for you to be able to see it through this. All right? So when it comes to textual details, if you need to read something on the wall, you should be able to read it through this. Alright, so it enhances all of that so you could be able to see it a lot clearer. Because you going into a plane, you have smoke and what's not, so it's going to be a little more difficult. Alright, so this right here, like I say once again, it makes the job a lot more easier. You can get in and out there very, very quick and get the job done. Alright, so we have a next thing, tactical viewing modes. Features multiple modes, including basic, search and rescue, heat detection, and black and white, which is the modes I just went through for you guys. So everyone have an understanding of that, all right? Rugged and durable again, like I say, fully operational in up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can take a lot of heat for up to 5 minutes, like I say. Water resistant and drop tested to withstand a 2-meter fall onto concrete. So up to 2 meters you can drop it from onto concrete and it should be able to withstand it because of the material that it was built with. All right? It's glove friendly, which is very, very important so that we can be able to use the buttons and what's not with our gloves on. That's the reason why the buttons are so big. All right? Image storage captures up to 200 images for posting, reporting, and training reviews. So anything that happens, you can come and report it to have proof that, okay, this is where I saw the body, I have to move it to get inside or what's not. Okay? It also has something that a warranty, which is they call the 2510 warranty. I'm not sure if this one specifically has it, but it covers 2 years battery. So the battery have a 2-year warranty, 5 years of a camera warranty, and 10 years of a detector warranty. So once again, this is what specifically should be under this. Falls under the same K45. All right? So other than that, a lot of us may tend to not train picking this up, but we try to make it a habit. Like for me, I would take it out and keep it visual. Because once the bells ring and everybody is blood pumping, it's very easy to forget things. But once you see, if you run in the truck and you see this, you can grab it.
If you ain't in the visual side, chances is you may run out and try it out. You know, you're worried about what's going on outside. All right, so with that being said, I think everyone have a good understanding of this. If there's any questions to be asked, feel free to ask. When I'm head on.
You did great, man.
Yes, man.
If you get you the number one drop this in the class.
All right, nobody got no questions?
All right, thank you. No questions? Over to you, Taj.
I feel like I was in college for a moment now. All right. Good job, Ed.
You know what I mean?
That's the last person, right? That's the last person. Yeah. All right. Mr. Edwards, do you have anything to say to the crew before we close out?
You finished?
Yes, sir.
Let me close this. So thank you for watching. Until we meet again in another video, you take care and remember to like, subscribe and share to @fireaxe_TV. I'm out.